broadcasting beats.
Mixing up new music. This is the B-Side Show.
You've been listening to the B-Side Project at BPM 2012, and now we're very proud to have CUTMASTER SWIFT with us.
Hi there. Hello.
How are you doing? How's today been? How's the weekend been for you?
It's amazing, isn't it? I mean, 20 years ago I've been doing this plus, and today DJing is a recognised art form. It's a profession that most want to try and get into. The technology is amazing. I'm just privileged to still be around and seeing what's going on and seeing it's still growing.
Is it I guess it's not your first BPM, is it?
Oh, no. I've been at BPM since it ever started. I think we started at the museum. So I was at the very first one there, doing a showcase there. And I go way back as well to all the DJ exhibitions, all the way like London Plaza and all that. So I'm just glad it's still constantly rolling.
So would you say that you've been a kind of almost like, not pioneer, but endorser, because we had Tony on earlier on, and you've been with him since Word Go sort of thing?
Well, yeah, I got involved with DMC since 1988, won their championships in 89, and I joined the company in 97. So I've they were always at most exhibition shows, DMC, doing their thing, and I've been privileged again to be invited along and, be a guest, and now I'm part of the team, and I'm here doing, whatever else, interviewing DJs, meeting new young up-and-coming DJs, and just trying to grasp and see where it's all going future-wise, and watching it grow, keep growing and keep snowballing.
It's amazing how it's still an underground scene, all this electronic music. It's amazing how it does keep on growing.
Yeah, I kind of hold a reserve on the underground thing. I think what's happened now is that it's all trendy, it's all cool. I think the specialist DJs aren't so niche as they were back in my day, and because everyone's got their ear open to growing new music and it's changing so fast, genres are coming and going. I can't keep up with most of the current new genres, but it's just great to see that there's no age limits. There's old, there's new, young'uns, and we've all got one thing in common. Regardless of the technology, we're all passionate about music, and that's why we're all here.
That's it. I mean, all the words I've heard throughout this whole weekend is passion, and if you haven't got the passion, then you're not in the right place.
Yeah, I mean, some guys might have dragged their girlfriends along here, and they thought they were going to sneak into the wedding exhibitions, but hey, we're DJs. We've got a determined mind to music, and you've got to kind of share our love and passion with it. It's something we live and we breathe all the time, and we're really excited to play that and influence other people like that. And yeah, if you're not passionate about it, you're in the wrong bean street.
Exactly.
It's going to show.
Exactly. Now, we do a fortnightly FM radio show, which also goes out on the internet as part of our project. Our project is about remixing. And 2 weeks ago, we did our show, and we actually had a feed. We picked something off from YouTube, which was of you. So, because we knew that you were going to be here, and we didn't know we were going to be talking to you, but it was when you were interviewed by Terry Wogan. How did you find that?
It was quite intimidating, that appearance. 1990, that is when I was going to defend the world final. And basically, why it was so intimidating, it wasn't meeting Terry or being at the BBC, it was the fact that my parents were finally watching me perform. It might be the norm today, your parents backing you and watching you perform, but back then it was like, no, that's not a profession, that's not a skill, go out and you're living in the cloud dream world, If you was a DJ, you was either in the nightclubs or you was in the radio. And if you was talking about underground bedroom DJ, it wasn't a profession, it wasn't recognised. So yeah, performing with Terry Wogan was quite an experience. He scratched up my records when we were still using records back then. And yeah, he's a cool guy, he's a DJ, he knows about music. We tend to take it for granted that these people we see all were DJs, and they're we're following the path that they've laid ahead of us.
Exactly. It was Jimmy Savile that actually did the first mix from one deck to another, wasn't it?
Yes, I believe so. Jimmy Savile's the official first UK DJ. Tony Prince is more his decade and to know about that and inform me the history of him in that sense. But yeah, the British DJ is a legacy that goes way beyond just the 80s and the 70s, all the way back to the 50s, from what I believe.
And what are you doing now with yourself? Obviously, you're working with DMC. What projects have you got on the go? What are you doing? Are you producing anything, or is it scratching, or what?
Well, I work with part of the team of DMC, so I'm involved in the organisation of the championships and pretty much doing what I know in those territories. Sidewise, I'm still a DJ, of course. I was out in Dubai a couple of weeks ago, and yeah, I still DJ, I still remix, and and I still pioneer ideas. You can find me on YouTube, you know, I'm up on Facebook and all that malarkey. I try and still, though, keep back to the basics, because with this all digital thing, you can get caught up with doing so much media publishing and promotion that you actually forget about the simple things like passing a card out and actually DJing, which is practicing and things like that. So yeah, I still got music, I still produce music, I still look for records, although I don't carry vinyl anymore because I'm getting old. So I'm not going to deny it. I don't want to be carrying 20 million records and I can't play them all. If I'm going to do that, pick up a laptop and do it. But don't focus on what the actual tool is. Focus on the DJ and the skill the DJ presents. I think that's the most important. So the tool's just the extension of the DJ, but at the end of the day, it's our concepts, our ideas that we use to deliver through those tools that is us, you know. And as simplified as DJing is now, that you can buy at Argos in a box and all that, I still believe you still got to have the essence to want to be a DJ. Yes, you can go out and buy a game that teaches you to be a DJ, but by the time you're there buying the console, the game, and all that, and you're not really DJing, you might as well buy the real tools, learn the craft, learn the art, and develop your style and be influenced by everything, you know.
Do you not think then that, I mean, I was going to ask you that question about the argument between vinyl, the movement from vinyl to CD to now, you know, digital vinyl system. Had a few words with people earlier on about that. And you know, it's the passion about it. But surely I find that DJs that had vinyl and that started with vinyl, they know their vinyl because they read the backs of the vinyl and they got interested and involved in the. You don't get that with MP3s.
Yeah, well, see, there you go. You're talking about just one particular format as digital. There's WAV, there's AFI, and these are uncompressed audio. You know, there's been a great debate when digital first came along. Digital was the steroid. It wasn't real. It didn't feel like analog and the vinyl, and I was pretty much part of that team in that. But I could see the future was going digital. You know, I was one of the first early ones to say, you know what, it's time to still adopt and reinvent myself, because if you don't reinvent yourself and adapt to new technology, you're going to be a dinosaur, and we all know what happened to those 65 million years ago. So I don't want to be part of that. So I still have an interest in music, and with the whole thing with MP3s and the compression of it and that, let's be honest, a lot of people don't understand that the actual theory behind it and what about compressions and the techniques and stuff, you know. So if they're downloading music for free or doing all that madness, I personally think there is no value in getting things for free. I got vinyl for free when I established myself as a DJ, but the records I cherish and meant the most to me is the ones that I bought. You know what I mean? So I think that's just a generic thing, whether it's MP3 or so forth and so forth. And who knows? You know, MP3 isn't even the format anymore. It's MP4 now. You know, so you're keeping up with that, and then, you know, lossless and the whole thing. I just say do your research, you know, do your Wikipedia, do your Googling, and, you know, just know what you're about and what your influence is about that. Because I have people coming to me and say, oh, you're using that technology. I like this technology. And I'm like, okay, but I use this way. Are you using it that way? And 9 times out of 10 they don't. They can't argue with that. So I just think we're all passionate about music. We're all passionate about the same things. But let's you know, be precise what we're really passionate about, which is music, artists, and providing a service to our audience and communicating to that audience. So the technology, to me, is just an extension of us.
Yeah, it's a very good point to make. What are you doing next? What's the next project for you apart from DMC? Have you got anything of your own?
I'm actually going to do my own kind of biography about the lazy DJ, because there's this myth that us old DJs don't really do it anymore. And you know what? We do it, but we're just not as passionate. And we've got lots of, you know, 9 to 5 and other dilemmas that are getting in our way of real life. I could honestly say, you'd think that I'm working at DMC is the ideal job and I just go there and scratch all day. No, it's not reality. You know, I've got to be part of the team. I've got to contribute to part of the team. So, yeah, I'm going to be doing my own little series called The Lazy DJ, and it's really my reinvention of myself coming back to the scene, because there's a lot of old stuff that people don't realise. They've got a bit carried away in this format thing, how, again, the technology allows you to do certain things. So there's a lot of innovative stuff that happened in the old days that has been put to the side, that I feel that a lot of new DJs don't know and they don't have that experience. In today's day and age, people are communicating. Back in my days, it was a secret. It was forbidden to tell anybody where you was buying your music from or where you was acquiring your music and what you was even going to play. Now DJs seem to have a universal respect for each other. So yeah, I'm still on that path of the yellow brick road trying to find myself. So I see all the DJs behind me that are in the places I was in 20 years ago, and I hope to still be that beacon and that vision for them to still know other things they can experiment and lead to and go into and so forth. But at the end of the day, it's still about the music. It's always about the music.
It's always about the music, and that's what we promote at B-Side as well, the B-Side project. One final question. Do you remember what your first record was, vinyl?
Well, it wasn't. It's a 7-inch. I think I had Run Rabbit, actually. I've been DJing that long, from the age of 5, and my father gave me... Anyone remembers that record, Run Rabbit?
He's done a remix of it recently. It's a, yeah, great remix.
It was a wicked record, and I had it on a little gramophone, and yeah, that was one of the first records. My father gave me a lot of old reggae 45s, and he allowed me to... They were like, I suppose, the ones that he didn't want anymore. And yeah, those were my first records. But yeah, I'm not ashamed to say that I had the Run Rabbit and things like that. So
Mine was
I had a lot of pop records, you know, because I grew up in the 80s, obviously.
Mine was the Birdie song by the Tweets. Yeah.
Got a bit frustrated with that one after a while, you know. Never did that dance. I'm known for dancing, but never followed that one.
Nice one. Thanks for coming to talk to us. It's been a pleasure.
Fantastic. Keep it up.
Yeah, nice one. Take care. Cheers. Thank you.
Give it what you got, just give it what you got, give it what you got, give it what you got, and give it what you got, just and give it what you got, just a hard time if your motion is still. Let me move some things around because the lyrics is ill. Abstract, you know my sticky D in here. Niggas get on and swear it's the fucking yeah. But yo, your girl just moved to the joint in the club in the car the groove. Bruh, look, the movement is on. My man and mommies in Victoria thongs. I get my rhyme on dust, guaranteed to make it right if your night is a bust. You vibrant and you fresh enough, original to say the least, and you impressed them all. Come on, rappers in these stores, finding it very hard to make it over the wall. Hey, get your weight up, my motto you heard, and I'm gonna dance here to felonious words. So girls move it around. If you see your main dog, give the brother a pound and just and give it what you got, just and give it what you got, give it what you got, give it what you got, and give it what you got, just and give it what you got, just a thug will thrill you with meanness to eyes. I wanna feel you the big ass thighs, your Prada dress or your Gucci bag, whether polo jeans or a doobie bag. You hold the door, alright? We coming through, try these, hold it down for the night. Big Moo got the fit, D-Light, he got the Willie, and girl, you got the gift. Turn it over the page, usher in all of y'all to a brand new age where status really don't matter. Everybody get right to the pit of the pack. Come on, make a move, setting precedence. It's a bring your residence, the whole scene is decadent. And the feeling is true. I'm seeing feet in my crew, you seeing black and blue. So let's go for the ride. Strap yourself in tight, and if you bone the fire, just and give it what you got, just and give it what you got, give it what you got, give it what you got, and give it what you got, just and give it what you got, just right here, 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 come on. Millennium on your mind, are you running out of time? Hope you skipping every line, cause I'm getting mine. Move it around a bit again. Every block, every town, we starting the trend. Eye to eye, mountain toe to toe. Who concentrating on killing the show? Penetration in molecular slow. Mountain high, valley low, gonna find a dough. All my peoples, no matter the creed, we gonna satisfy the urge and discover the need. You feel a bite in this. If you think I'm